Hi guys, I hope that you're really well. So this is a video about the word quoi, Q-U-O-I, quoi. So I'd like to talk about this because it keeps coming up in classes, and I thought it was time we did a good grammar video. Yeah, it's brilliant to be able to give you lots of translation, but I think it's about time we did a really good grammar video. So let's get going. If you find this video useful, please click like. Please don't forget to subscribe. There's information on all the podcasts underneath, and yeah, there's also a link to be able to buy me a coffee if you find this video useful. So we're going to talk about quoi. So first things first, the order that I'm giving you these sentences and expressions in is by no means an indication of how common or how popular each of these expressions are. I'm only going to give you stuff that we do regularly say in French, but it's just as I think of it. So it's not like, often as like a little personal game, I like to look things up on word reference and sort of work out which one's going to be mentioned first, but that's not necessarily the case here. It's just as and when I think of it. So the first thing with quoi is when you are using the word what at the end of a sentence, and it would come after the verb. So tu fais quoi? Yeah, tu manges quoi? What are you eating? So obviously you can use qu'est-ce que tu fais. Obviously you can use qu'est-ce que tu manges, but you can use tu fais quoi? Tu manges quoi? It's a nice little common, easy, friendly way to use what. Okay, so that's point number one. Point number two, if your verb uses a preposition, in other words it needs an a or a de, you can still use quoi. In fact, you have to use quoi. You can't use qu'est-ce que or que at the beginning, like what are you doing? Que fais-tu? Que manges-tu? You can't use that word for what if your verb uses de or a. So for example, if I was saying think of, penser à, I'm thinking of the situation. Alors moi je pense à la situation. If somebody said to me, Luke, what are you thinking of? Tu penses à quoi? Or à quoi tu penses, or even à quoi penses-tu? So we would need to use the preposition plus the quoi, à quoi. The same with de. What are you talking about? Parler de quelque chose. So tu parles de quoi? Tu parles de quoi? So quoi is kind of like a thing here when it's not got a gender, when it's not got a singularity or a plurality. It's just like a token entity. So what are you eating? Tu manges quoi? What are you thinking of? Tu penses à quoi? Okay, lovely. Next thing, with that à, quoi, we have a few expressions which are rather common and rather gorgeous. So, for example, what good does it do? À quoi ça sert? Ça sert à quoi? That serves to what? Ça sert à quoi? Ça sert à quoi? What good does it do? Or ça rime à quoi? Yeah, ça rime à quoi? It rhymes to what? In other words, what good does it do? Or we often say à quoi bon? À quoi bon? Yeah, but my favourite there would be ça sert à quoi? Next use of quoi, on its own, to mean what? Now don't get me wrong, in polite English it's much nicer to say, pardon me, pardon moi, but we would do the same thing in French. So if somebody says something, can you go quoi? What? But even to show your shock, the same as in English, what? Quoi? 30 minutes, you're going to be 30 minutes, quoi? 30 minutes? It's a shock expression as well. All right. Next up, now this is one that a lot of you mess up. You can use quoi to represent a thing before an infinitive. So for example, I don't know what to say. Je sais pas quoi dire. I don't know what to eat. Je sais pas quoi manger. Now, in my private lessons, a lot of people go to use ce que and ce qui here. So can we be very clear that when we use ce que and ce qui, we then need to have a verb after it. So I don't know what's happening. Je ne sais pas ce qui se passe. I don't know what Phil is wearing. Alors je sais pas ce que Phil porte. We need a verb after ce qui and ce que. But after quoi, we can have an infinitive. So I don't know what to do. Je sais pas quoi faire. It's okay to go to the infinitive after quoi there. Likewise, if we use the expression de quoi faire, it's kind of like he's got enough going on. Ouais, il a de quoi faire. you know, that's kind of like he's got enough on his plate at the moment. Yeah. De quoi on its own kind of means what you need. Yes, ce qu'il te faut, something. So say you came around my house and you were cooking and you said, I'm going to make you a curry, Luke. And I said, t'as de quoi? Have you got what you need? T'as de quoi? Yep. So that's another really good one as well. Quoi que plus the subjunctive, whatever. Quoi que ce soit. Yeah, quoi que ce soit, whatever it might be, quoi que ce soit. Quoi and que here being separate words. Quoi que being one word is basically the same as bien que, which is subjunctive for although. So although Luke lives in London, he speaks French. Bien que Luc habite à Londres, il parle, voilà, le français. So rather than quoi que Luc habite à Londres, il parle le français. That would be quoi que one word, which is basically although followed by somebody doing a subjunctive verb. Quoi space que plus a subject plus a subjunctive on the verb to be, so whatever it might be, quoi que ce soit, yeah? Quoi que tu fasses, whatever you do. Let's think of some more quas. N'importe quoi. What a load of rubbish. N'importe quoi. Good grief, Luke, what a load of rubbish. N'importe quoi. Okay? Also slightly similarly, but not as... somebody today said, let's finish really strongly, and then added a li, and I was super proud of them because they speak beautifully. And they said in which, rather than something, something, something in. I'm thinking, God, this boy speaks beautiful English. You can't mess up a relative pronoun in English and get away with it. So, n'importe quoi could also be in a slightly more positive way, like he will do whatever it takes. So I will do whatever it takes to make my friend feel happy. Alors moi je ferai n'importe quoi. I will do whatever it takes. Yeah. So that's not like, oh, I'll do any old rubbish. Alors n'importe quoi, Luke. What a load of rubbish. You're talking rubbish. You're not really going to run a marathon, are you? Alors tu vas pas courir un marathon. N'importe quoi. But if you said it in a positive way, like whatever it takes. Yeah. So il est prêt à tout faire. Il est prêt à faire n'importe quoi. All right. Why, obviously, pourquoi, for what reason, you know, pourquoi. Let me think, je sais pas quoi faire, quoi, de quoi, à quoi, quoi que, we've spoken about. It's already quite a lot. Quoi, I probably will end up doing a part 2 on this video, if I'm honest. If I'm honest, one of the things which you do really well to get is the quoi before the infinitive. So I don't know what to eat, alors je sais pas quoi manger. Quoi que we've done, à quoi ça sert, à quoi ça rime, à quoi bon, n'importe quoi, quoi. There will so be a part 2 because I'll suddenly think of a load more things that we can do in with quoi. Pourquoi, à quoi ça sert, tu penses à quoi, tu manges quoi, quoi que, we've spoken about subjunctive, separate words and otherwise, n'importe quoi we've spoken about. Yeah, I think that's it for the moment. I'm going to have a little think about other things we can do with quoi. There might be a part 2. Otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, please click like.